Hello Divas! In this video, we're talking about how to be more feminine in your relationship. So if you would like your boyfriend or your husband to start giving you more attention, to prioritize you and your happiness and your smile over and above his PlayStation and beer time, then you want to make sure you follow the 5 tips on how to be more feminine in your relationship that I'm going to be dispensing in this video. Very quickly, before we move into the content of today's video and give you my 5 tips, I want to introduce myself. My name is Sammy Wunder and I am an internationally recognized dating and relationship expert. I specialize in working with high-achieving women, CEOs, entrepreneurs, leaders, and helping them have an amazing relationship by embracing their feminine energy and personal power. One more quick thing before we start. Have you hit the subscribe button? I would love to see you being part of my channel and my Wunder family. We release new content every week and I would love for you to receive that content. So make sure you've hit the subscribe button. Let's get started. How to be more feminine in your relationship. Tip number 1, take care of your appearance. Ladies, while feminine energy is not just about looking good and looking pretty, I do believe sometimes for the high-achieving woman who's really busy and working hard in her career, it can be easy for her to forget about taking care of herself and to present herself in the best possible way when it comes to her interactions with her man. I think when you start to take care of your appearance inside your relationship and start to dress in a way that enhances your beauty and enhances your features around your man, I think men notice that and men really appreciate that, because I think one of the biggest fears of men is that once they are in a relationship with a woman, she will stop taking care of her appearance and she will just let herself go and gain lots of weight and never care again about how she's dressing or how she's looking. Now, this is also important here that I say this, that I don't want you to pressure yourself to look perfect all the time. I'm a mother of 2 small children myself and I don't look perfect all the time. But I think this is an invitation to remind you that if you want to be in that alluring feminine energy around your partner, it is really helpful, really smart to take care of your appearance. I promise you he will notice the effort and it will bring both of you closer. Tip number 2 on how to be more feminine in your relationship is to slow down around your partner. Now, a lot of us who are high-achieving, successful women, we get so much done in the day by talking fast, thinking fast, walking fast. We're all about productivity at work. But when it comes to romance, you want to switch from your masculine into your feminine. Now, feminine energy is not about productivity. Feminine energy is about being in the moment and being present with your partner, with your man. A lot of the times we think that connecting with our men requires us to be witty, requires us to crack jokes, be funny, be smart. But I actually don't recommend that, because when you do one of my programs, you will see how I say that this is performance energy and men can feel it when we are trying to perform for them and we're trying to entertain them. And they don't need that. They don't need us to perform for them, because that is when we enter the zone of masculine energy. Instead, what they want us to do is exactly that, slow down around them, because when we slow down, we feel ourselves more. Our partner feels us more. This is also the place where physical intimacy will happen. You are gonna feel more sexy, more juicy in your body, and this is all going to happen without you having to try hard when you give yourself permission to just slow down when you are with your partner. Tip number 3 on how to be more feminine in your relationship is to start actively practicing listening. So we want you to listen more. I want you to adopt the mindset that you are in far more power as a woman when you are listening to a man versus when you are talking. So this is the shift that you want to make when embodying your feminine energy around your partner, your husband, or your boyfriend. Remember, this is all about how to be more feminine in your relationship. And feminine energy doesn't seek connection through talking. This is how we connect with our girlfriends. This is not how we connect with men. There is nothing more seductive than a woman who can patiently be present with a man and be the one who can listen without judgment. Tip number 4 on how to be more feminine in your relationship. Now, this is really interesting, and I talk about this in my program Soulmates Forever, which I will also tell you about at the end of this video. But this tip is about not chasing your man energetically. The energy should always be of the man chasing the woman, following the woman energetically versus the woman following the man energetically. I have noticed that women tend to chase men unconsciously inside committed relationships. How do we do this? Have you ever gone looking for where your boyfriend is in the house? Or maybe your husband went to cook something in the kitchen and you always followed him around? Men can really feel suffocated by this energy. Give him space. He is a sovereign king and you are a sovereign queen. And sovereign queens and divas don't follow their husbands and don't follow their men around. Now, let's talk about tip number 5. Do not solve his problems. We women love to solve each other's problems and we connect by doing that, and yay for sisterhood. But that's not how men like to feel our presence inside of a relationship, okay? You do not want to solve his problems, divas. It is so important for men's self-esteem that they solve their own problems. It is so important for men's self-esteem that they feel like we trust them to solve their problems. What you can do, and what I recommend my clients do, is that whenever your partner shares a problem, you listen. This is already tip number 3 in action. And then you give some affirmative sentences like, I trust you to solve this, honey. I believe in you. Oh, that sounds hard, but you'll get through this. You always do. And other affirming statements that tell him that you trust him, that tell him that you believe in him. And that is why you are also not going to be his mom and solve his problems. Okay, so that was tip number 5, ladies. And before you go away, I want to very quickly tell you about a course that is available on my website called Soulmates Forever, which I believe can be extremely powerful for women in relationships. It's where I give you all the secrets behind my thriving marriage. I give a lot of practical examples from my own marriage so that it's not just all theory, but you can learn through visualizing, what my marriage and my relationship looks like and how I balance my masculine and my feminine inside my marriage while being a really successful CEO. This is about how to balance household, children, money, all of it, and do it as a team that is in it with each other, for each other, so that you're never feeling like you have to do all this by yourself. Ladies, Soulmates Forever is available on my website for just $597, but you also have really easy paying installments where you can pay this over the next 3 to 4 months. The link to Soulmates Forever is in the description of this video, so you're very welcome to go check it out and dive in if it calls you. I'm very confident it's going to help you. Thank you, ladies, for joining, and I am so looking forward to meeting you on the next video. Lots of love.